What is going on, guys? This is the PokeD Time podcast where we serve you up a cup of the hottest takes on what's going on in the Pokemon community. I'm NotShivam, and Yizzy's not here right now. Yizzy is not here right now. Yizzy's not here right now. He is slacking right now. I kid you not. He is straight up slacking this evening. It's just me right now. Hopefully that's sufficient enough. But while we're killing some time, while we got you guys here, we're just going to wait for Yizzy to come because he's late. He said that he was going to be late, so I'm just going to kill time. Hopefully everyone here is having a good evening so far. Alex is in the chat. So yeah, nothing new has been going on. For those guys who are just kind of wondering and waiting while we're in here, make sure you hit that like button. I just got this in the mail. This is a 2002 Charizard versus Lugia battle seal sticker right here. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I just got this. This is my most recent purchase, which is pretty sick. It's actually 3 stickers, and I will be getting this graded by Beckett, which is really, really dope. I'm pretty pumped about that. But I hope everyone here is doing great and they're having an amazing weekend so far. Yeah, Yizzy basically left the hobby. Everyone right now in the chat, if you're in here right now, message Yizzy and say, where you at? Where you at? Because he should be here right now. But yeah, it's been pretty good this week so far. We've done a lot of streaming. We got a lot of stuff lined up. Myself, specifically, I've been doing a lot of the clip ups for the channel as of late, so that's something that you guys have probably seen. Just to kind of run through our sponsors so fast. Our sponsors are TCG Stadium. TCG Stadium is an online card shop from Nashville, and Jimmy Sun's the type of guy to take care of you. They have a lot of Pokemon. They have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Then after that, we have Kenly, the Pokemon Network. If you're not following the Pokemon Network on Instagram right now, please do so. Right now, we're helping him hit 10,000. Hopefully, he can hit 10,000 soon. He is your go-to one-stop shop type of guy if you're looking for the most affordable of cards to the most high-end of high-end cards. So that's our sponsors for this evening. To kind of touch on our NAMI fundraiser, we just hit 10,000 and, I mean, not 10,000. I wish it was 10,000. 1,050. Let me go ahead and pull up the link for you guys so that way you guys can donate. Let me go ahead and get it. I'm going to get it right now for you guys. Let's see. Tiltify/Nami/Pokemon. Then we go over to this side. Ooh, what happened to my camera? Oh, it's probably because I'm doing. It's probably because Yizzy didn't even answer. There we go. It's calling him, so hopefully it works out. If not, it's fine. There we go. We just have it up like this for a minute. It probably will time out again if he doesn't pick up. But let me go ahead and get the donation. So right now, Unlisted Leaf is at 2. Let me go ahead and screen share this actually. I think it's scene 5. Nope. I think it's scene 4. Nope, that's me. There we go. Scene 2. Nope. There we go. No, that's Twitch. There we go. I think that's better. I think we're better. That's better. Okay. Unlisted Leaf is at $2,500. Powder TCG is at $215. Edith, Shiny Edith, shout out to her. She's at $1,700. Good for her. Go her. We're going to see, there's 55 fundraisers. Danny Phantom at $4,500. Apocalypto at $6K. He's live right now, I think. You got Pat Flynn at $1,300. We got TCA Gaming at $3,300. And then here we go with ours. We're at $1,050. Miami Card Trader. Shout out to Miami Card Traders at his most recent donation of $20. We should be back in normal to we should be back to normal here soon. Well, what I mean by normal, I mean by we should have the donations that I made through the sales of the Whatnot first edition spell books. Yizzy's here messaging me. Maybe he's on a date. He's not on a date. Bruh. Hurry the F up. I'm live, my guy. Can't be late. Thoughts on PSA not grading metal Charizards? Okay, so we're going to have a Q&A this evening real fast for the next 30 minutes. We're going to try to have a Q&A. So if you have any particular questions, we're going to go ahead and answer. Alex, I think it's great for PSA to stop grading metal cards. So we all know that in PSA cards, they do have potential possibilities of it actually rattling inside the case, which is an issue. It's something that people aren't having. And I told you. These metal cards, they're screen froze. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, there we go. We should be back to normal. So with PSA cards, we all know that inside the PSA case itself, they do have a tendency to actually rattle. And with these metal cards and how fragile they are and how easy they can chip, what happens is that it leads to this issue where the actual quality of the card actually comes down. It degrades itself within the actual case, and that's not what graded cards are supposed to do. So I have 3 right here for a client, and they're all going to BGS. Here's 1, here's 2. There's another one on my desk somewhere. Yeah, here's the other one. The third one's right here. So I have 3 of these right here. They're all going to BGS for a client of mine. And the other option was Beckett. We're good now. What's up? What's going on, Pat Flynn? Pat Flynn, what is going on? Right now, this evening, it's just me. Yizzy is slacking as always. He messaged me like last minute saying that, hey, can we push back the podcast? I said, hey, it's 9 o'clock. It's a priority. We have people who save the date. They save the time. So I just went ahead and started the podcast. You should join in at any moment. So I'm doing a live Q&A at the moment. Personally, my preference right now is Beckett, just because I do like the fact that they sleeve up the cards and they put it inside the case. And I just like the weight and the feel of it. Yes, I did watch your Slab Shaker 3000 video on just the actual normal PSA cards, so that'd be really interesting. It might make a lot of racket. Killing time question. Shiv, is life too short to take serious, or is life too short that you have to take it serious? I think there's a fine balance between the two. It's important to take certain situations and certain moments seriously, and then there's certain things and certain moments where you shouldn't take certain things seriously, like vacation. Just like have fun with it. Is it a great time to buy LC Charizard? I think so. I mean, right now, when it comes to modern cards, for the most part, I think that we've seen. There goes my camera again. It's because Yizzy hasn't picked up. It's because Yizzy's not picking up, guys. We gotta pop it out. There we go. We should be A-okay now. We should be A-okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where... Oh, crap. There we go. Balance is not an option. So you have to pick one or the other. One or the other. I think take everything seriously. I think taking everything seriously is important. I don't know. Is this guy on? No, he's not on. Events should we attend next year? Ooh, that's a great question, Pat. So it might be biased because I am working with Collecticon. But Collecticon seems to be the most best decision, actually the best decision when it comes to TCG based conventions. We all know that the National is we all know the National itself is the biggest convention when it comes to sports cards, but there never really was a place for TCGs. And I mean, Gen Con was one, but I really don't think there was an actual convention specifically catered towards TCG cards. So I think Collecticon has been around for quite some time now. They took not quite some time, since this year, and they've kind of taken advantage of what's been going on. And yeah, I mean, with all the special guests that they have, they've been accommodating all the special guests really, really well. They've been accommodating towards myself and Yizzy, and we're nobody. So, I mean, for them to accommodate us and want to work with us, that's just an awesome thing. Worlds 2021 is probably the biggest event of next year. There hasn't been a Worlds in 2 years. So I really do think that Worlds in London is going to be a great time. It's more on the competitive scene if you're someone who does play or does keep up with competitive play. I want to go specifically just because of the fact that I want to be able to experience all things and all facets of Pokemon, whether it's the TCG gameplay, whether it's Worlds, whether it's some sort of competition. But yeah, is there an event specifically for creators and meeting fans and stuff like VidCon but for Pokemon? I don't think so, Pat. I really don't. I think it'd be a great way to kind of it'd be an amazing thing to be able to get all Pokemon content creators at one event. I know that we're getting Unlisted Leaf to come to the first Collecticon. I know it's in works right now with getting it's in works still with getting Nate and Danny to the next Collecticon. They've been, staples of Collecticon for quite some time now. Lee's showed up to the last Dallas Collecticon. He didn't show up to the Houston one, so I really do wish there was a specific event just for creators and fans to meet together. I think that'd be pretty cool. Considering the fact that there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot of us content creators out there, and we all struggle. We all rally. We all have our highs, and we all have our lows. And I think that'd be it'd be a great place to have something. There should be a place for that, Pat. But yeah, Worlds is a great place. I think is a place that I definitely want to go to next year. Besides that, I can't really think of anything else unless something big pops up. We also have, starting next month, we have Lee and Hart's pop-up shop. So shout out to Lee. He does have this sort of event that's coming out. I know he just released I guess this is one of many waves when it comes to doing his pop-up shop. I wasn't able, so fun fact, when he sent out the email, it actually got into my spam folder, and I didn't know it came into my spam folder until 3 or 4 hours later. So I was already I got beat to the punch. I got beat to the punch. As soon as I went onto the website, I was like, man, this is all sold out, and I didn't even bother to check my spam folder. So it was kind of disheartening, but at the same time, I'm pretty happy about the fact that there's gonna be someone that's there that's gonna be able to buy a pack for $3.99 and just be able to enjoy something from their childhood. I think that's like the best thing about this whole event. And for me, if I would have, even if I was able to go, I would have taken like the general admissions route. I mean, I would even pay for the pack and then just gave the pack to someone else or something. I don't know. But I would have taken the general admissions route just because I just want to be there with all my content creator friends. I want to be there with people that are supportive of this channel or me. And I think that's like the coolest thing about it, and just being able to meet people. I think that's been the upside of every single event this year, is being able to meet my content creator friends, but also being able to meet supporters of, myself or Yizzy or the channel, or like both of us. I think that's like the best part about it. What should I do with a collection where only money I spent on them was 1997 through 1999? Keep it. And my call went out again. I'm just gonna keep calling Yizzy until he actually picks up. I'm like being super stubborn about it. I'm being super duper stubborn about it. But yeah, I think you should totally keep the cards that are from your past. They're from your childhood. Basically, I was way into Magic. The Pokemon cards didn't even get played with, but now I do model kits, and I want to clear out all the space the collection takes up. Basically, I was way into Magic and didn't get played with, but now I do model kits, and I want to clear all the space the collection takes up. You could put it into storage. That could definitely be something that's worth. That could be worth considering. That could definitely be worth considering. What are for those guys who haven't gone to events this year, or for those of you guys who have gone to events this year, what's something that you guys would like to see that these events do that they aren't doing? That's a question towards you guys, because I would genuinely like to see that. When I started hearing hype, I took them all out, sleeved, and top-loaded them. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. The fact that you sleeve them up and you top-loaded them, I think that's the best thing you could possibly do. Not because you could, really sell it or anything of the sort. It's just the ability to preserve something from your past is such a good thing. But if you have to sell it, make sure you do your research. There's so many different resources out there. Definitely do your research. Check a lot of these prices online. Make sure you're looking at condition itself. Check completed and sold comps on eBay as far as your cards go. I think that's probably the best thing you could possibly do. If you have a chase card and you're trying to make a little bit of money, there's nothing wrong with being able to make money. Times are tough sometimes, and sometimes that money could be best used in other ways. So you could get it graded if you can, fork out the cash for it and then resell your card and make a decent amount of money in the process. We'll sell your card and make a decent amount of money in the process. That's another viable option when it comes to cards. So for today, this evening, this topic is something that myself and Yizzy kind of wanted to talk about. Should collectors be concerned about the Pokemon hobby next year? And just to kind of give you guys a background for those guys who just came into this hobby this year, for those of us that was in this hobby in 2020, the talk of the town was, hey, 2021 is the 25th anniversary. It's going to be the biggest year ever for Pokemon. And things could have gone crazy. Things could have blown up. And, we saw the highs and lows, obviously, with Pokemon and certain Pokemon cards. So are we going to see that next year? And that's something that I'm going to ask you guys while you guys are going to type that in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and answer Kangaring's question. Do you feel like Whatnot or marketplaces like it has kind of do you feel like Whatnot or other marketplaces like it have kind of bottomed out slabs? Is Whatnot the reason why slabs have bottomed out? I don't think so. I personally don't think Whatnot's the reason why slabs have kind of bottomed out. I think it's this relationship between high-end sellers and auction houses. And the reason why I say that is because you have PWCC leaving eBay, you have Heritage, and you have Golden. Those are the three major Pokemon auction selling houses there are. And with certain cards that are going up on these blocks, there's not enough marketing behind that. And so with that in mind, what happens is that a lot of these cards end up underselling, and a lot of big sellers are actually focusing on these sales. Like, they don't want to, like, I have a lot of high-end sellers actually coming to me trying to get me to consign their cards, because they definitely, their biggest fear is putting it onto an auction house and it's selling for a lot less than it should, and someone else getting the steal for it. Because right now you have a lot of big high-end collectors buying cards off of these auction houses, but they end up being steals. So I think it's this relationship between auction houses and sellers, like actual high-end sellers. And when high-end sellers and high-end cards end up selling for less, then you see this whole trickle-down effect with every other slab in the process. Adam, if you really want to sell to make way for other hobbies you feel stronger than you should, nothing wrong with that either. Shoot me a DM. Yeah, like any of us who are in here, definitely shoot us a DM. We're more than happy to help you out. 26th anniversary does not have the same ring. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So, like, this is something that I've kind of been paying attention to. We're not really seeing anything that's going to cause any level of increases in terms of prices for any major cards anytime soon. I'm not seeing this runway period for any of these cards to go back up. Reason being is just because of the fact that I personally think that interest for Pokemon has kind of gone down. Interest for Pokemon has gone down considerably. And that's no hate towards Pokemon. It's just facts, right? There's different means for people to collect now. There's different means for people to invest, whether it's NFTs, whether it's MetaZoo, whether it's Digimon, whether it's DBS. There's so many different ways that people can quote unquote invest when it comes to alternative assets. And I think that's something that I think that's really something that people need to consider. But at the same time, I don't think interest has died. I think interest has gone back to where it should be. I think interest is right at the same level where it should be. Yeah, Kangaroo, my camera's going out because I keep recalling Yizzy. Yizzy said he'd be back in an hour. I'm one of those types of people that likes being punctual. So this is a bit off tangent. I had a coach back in the day, my math team coach, because I was on a quiz bowl team. Because yes, I am a nerd, but he always used to say, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, then you're late. And if you're late, you're better off not coming. So that's something that, I've that's sort of like built in with it. That's sort of been ingrained in me. So, for me, where we have this podcast set out aside every single weekend at 9 p.m., I make this a priority, and I think if you make something in your life a priority, then you need to abide by it. You need to be consistent with it. But I understand Yizzy's situation. He's gonna be here. I'm killing time. In that aspect. Brilliant Stars mechanic, not sure if it's enough. That said, in-person events could help it a bit. Plus, Pokemon Live and mobile capability whenever they launch. That's something that I think a lot of people are waiting on. Pokemon Live is something that a lot of people are waiting on. It's been a while since I've played any sort of Pokemon in terms of the card game. I think the last time I played the actual TCG was 2019 and early 2020. I was just really addicted to Pokemon PTCGO. And I just played a lot of it. I didn't play the meta or the standard. I played what's the other variation where you can play any card you want. I forgot what that's called, but I played that. I don't think it's Legacy. I forgot what exactly it's called. I'll have to look back into it. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where when it comes to gameplay, I think when it comes to TCG gameplay, is Yizzy text me, sorry about that. When it comes to gameplay, I think gameplay's really healthy. I think a lot of people who play the TCG, who are only about the TCG, they're in a good spot. They're in a great spot. And I think the whole Logan Paul ruined Pokemon, the Pokemon hobby is just a complete farce. I think Pokemon cards are more affordable now than they were in the fall. I think that's the general consensus. So I think with that in mind, a lot of collectors, high-end and, your average collector is very happy right now. I could buy a lot of the big cards that I was collecting back in 2020 and 2021 for a very, very good price. Well, this year, I mean, I say 2021 in the past tense, but this year's almost over with. But yeah, I mean, I think expanded format. That's what it is. Expanded format is exactly what it is. That I love playing expanded format, but I always get cracked. Like, I always get whipped in expanded format. Yeah, Gold Stars is a great time. I've been consigning a few Gold Stars here and there. I've been seeing Pat Flynn grow and grow and grow. I think he just hit 95,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. I played 500 games in the last 2 months to learn more, and I really enjoyed it. Gonna see what else I can do there. Yeah, I mean, I know you're really heavy on the gameplay, and I really do like your deep dive into the TCG itself. I myself, I don't know. I liked Pokemon TCG when I was a kid. I just don't really like playing all these newer mechanics. I think Tag Team and the GX were a really great mechanic that I actually do like, that I did like playing. Like, when it was standard, I did like playing that. But now that's not really there. I just don't really like playing the whole VMAXs, and now you got the V Unions, and I sound like a boomer when I say that, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. As far as that goes, 96K tonight. You are growing. I'd say by the time it's by next week, I'd say it's gonna be, by Christmas, you're gonna be at 100K. Collectibles Guru reference. But yeah, so some of my concerns for next year is Pokemon still gonna be on this downward trend, or is it going to be this thing, or are we gonna have something to where it's gonna are we gonna have something that actually increases the momentum behind the hobby itself? And when myself and Yizzy really think about it, there really isn't anything going on right now. I don't think there really is anything going on. Last I heard, Logan Paul was up to something, and it may or may not be NFT related. And even if it was NFT related, it could be something where it does blow up, but I don't know. I mean, we saw the first box break, it blew up, right? We saw the second box break and nothing happened. Everyone was anticipating this huge massive blowout when it came to the actual hobby itself. People were thinking that certain cards were going to explode in terms of value. Yizzy's log is going to have 100 missed calls. Yeah. See, I'm serious. Like, I told him straight up I'd start the podcast with or without him at 9:00. I'm just about that. For me, it's one of those things. NFTs are doo-doo. I don't think they're doo-doo. I think it's too early, right? I think it's important for, something that I think about a lot is the older I get, am I more dismissive about something just because I don't have an open mind because I'm getting older and older and older, or is it because that particular new idea is actually just straight up bad? And the answer is it's probably just me getting old. For me as an adult, it's important to keep an open mind. And yeah, of course, there's a lot of NFT projects that are so new and it's very reminiscent of the ICO era, but it's important to keep an open mind. There's a lot of projects that are out there that are probably good, and at the same time, who knows? A lot of these projects are still projects. It's not a complete product. So it's one of those things where a lot of new things in terms of utility can be incorporated within these projects. Aside from extremely rare cards, Pokemon will be much cheaper than before the boom. That is my prediction. 100x amount of cards in the market and in plastic, about 2x the collectors. Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of cards in the market. I think you need to be very, very strategic now. I think it's not like 2019 or 2020 where you could just buy a bunch of cards, get it graded for a cheap price, and then resell in the secondary market and make a lot of money in the process. In some cases, you'd make, I don't know, 2,000%. There was a Pop Series 4 Mew, I think, a holographic Mew. I got it graded by Beckett, and I bought it for $4. Got it graded by Beckett. And I sold that for $95, and that's a crazy amount. You're never gonna, and the cost of grading was like $7 and something cents, $7.50. You're never gonna find any type of investment like that IRL, unless it's something new. So it's one of those things where you just have to be smart about certain things. There is still Logan Paul's new Pokemon project. We still have to wait and see. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that are collectibles dependent on Logan Paul, or should collectibles and collectibles' growth be dependent on one individual, or should it grow organically? And the answer is organically. It was already growing organically before Logan Paul. Logan Paul just added so much exposure to the point where Pokemon just kind of blew up, and then we saw a correction. Granted, there's a lot of cards that are worth way more than what they were worth before COVID, but there's a lot of cards that are worth what they were before COVID as well. So it's really tough to say. I think we kind of leveled out for the most part, but I think what's going to cause a steady decrease in these values is if a lot of high-end collectors keep putting their cards on actual auction houses, and it keeps going down and down and down and down and down, because no one's going to want to buy it. It's on an auction, so there's no actual reserve at these auction houses unless you actually put a reserve, if that's even possible. That's like my biggest concern. You have right now, I think there's a 20 million cert first edition Shadowless Charizard card. I want to say it's on Heritage. No, it's on PWCC. So it should end. I want to say like $150,000 at the very least. Whereas Yizzy is basically at dinner with friends. So he thought that it was more important to eat dinner with friends than to hang out with us on a Tuesday where we have a scheduled time at 9 p.m. every single week. No, I'm just trying to break his balls. Like he knows better. He knows better to be here, but hopefully that does not happen anymore or any often. I think he said he's almost done with his dinner. I'm a stickler. For those guys who do not know me, like when we're like, if you know me, if you see me at these events, like if you see me at any of these collecticons or in any of these conventions, you know how much of a stickler I am when it comes to scheduling. I'm so PokeTeam does need a third co-host. We do. If you guys actually have a recommendation, I'm gonna go ahead and put up a story. I'm gonna make a story and ask for a third co-host. I want to hear votes. I have a specific person in mind, but at the same time, it's one of those things where that person also has a very, very busy schedule, and myself and Yizzy, we have to make it lucrative for certain people. So we're looking for a third co-host. If you guys have anyone as an option, let me know. Super Duper Danny, I wish, but the thing is that Super Duper Danny is already a third member of the Shadowless podcast. Yeah, I'm a huge stickler when it comes to scheduling. So like I'm all about, hey, we gotta do this, and this. This is what we're doing this week. This is what we're doing tonight. And it's one of those things where it just comes down to us trying to develop a team. I think this upcoming year, for us, we're working on a potential team. Camera guy, we're gonna be talking to Miami Card Traders for that, or let's say Sleepy Death. We're looking for the right kind of co-host. I think that's in the current works. I think I'm gonna have to talk to this person when I see them in Tampa. But yeah, I'm very organized. Like when it comes to time, when it comes to certain things, I get it done. Like I can't. See, the thing is that if no one else does it, then I got to. What's the safest way to break a PSA slab? Let me bring out a PSA slab for example. Let's see. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna need some pliers. Okay, pliers. You're gonna need pliers. You're gonna crack at the corner right here. You're going to crack it at the corner. When it chips off, you'll see the little opening where the label is. You're going to get a screwdriver. You're going to insert it into the crack itself and then pop it right off. You're going to pop it right off. I don't know what was that. I think that was my mic. I don't know if that was my camera. Hello, testing. Okay, we're still good. Okay. Okay, we're back. I'd rather watch content than make it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you either enjoy making content or you enjoy watching it. I'm a little bit of both. I like watching content, but I'm one of those things. I'm one of those types of people that doesn't like watching all content. I like watching certain pieces of content. So I'm not always gonna watch Pokemon content. I think I kind of get burnt out by watching too much Pokemon content. It's great to have a good amount of what's the word? A good amount of inspiration that's coming through from the community, because there's always something to learn from someone. I'm not gonna know everything. Now, when it comes to Pokemon in particular, I just like producing more. That's just me. Show us my Fortnite skin collection. Eventually, I might. You gotta subscribe. You gotta follow the Twitch channel, and you can see it then. Yeah. Whatnot was broken for a very, very long time. Let me respond to Yizzy real fast because he was giving me some sass. So, questions. I need to hear questions. Hey, Shiv, I can help you out with Bracon stuff if you need an overlay. I can help you. Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, hit me up after this if you'd like. I'm more than happy to work with you in that regard. But yeah, so when it comes to next year, those were my concerns. If you were in chat already, those were my biggest concerns as far as the hobby itself goes. Prices. Does Whatnot have bot control? I think so. I think they have it. I think they have that. I think they do. I think there were people that did have some bot buys in Alex's auction, but they were pretty on point in terms of canceling it. You also have to understand when there's like 2,000 plus people in an actual live, it's gonna be it's like these packs are gonna go by super fast. Like I tried doing that. I tried buying Alex's packs for like $4 a pop when there was only 12 people in there. And they would immediately sell. So it was one of those things where it's like you just have to be on top of it. And it could be an auto clicker issue. They do, but they keep updating the app. Yeah. But yeah, my biggest concerns for next year are prices going to keep going down. And I want to say yes, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't. I know a lot of sellers right now are kind of concerned. I've heard from a lot of reputable MetaZoo collectors that they're selling a lot of their vintage Pokemon and putting it into MetaZoo just so that way they can make a lot of money. When do we rise up against the clickbaiters? Like as in like content creators that create clickbait? I think there's a right and a wrong way to create content in terms of clickbait. Like literally anything could be clickbait. Clickbaits could be something where my face cam is frozen. Okay, there we go. That should be better. Clickbait could literally be anything where it draws your attention, right? It can draw your attention. And if you click on it, then that's technically clickbait. The clickbait itself does not necessarily have to do with the title, but sometimes it can do with the title. Like myself and Yizzy, we try to create titles for our podcast to where it's going to not only draw the attention of the actual viewer, but also newer viewers. As a collector and not an investor who started 10 years ago and thought that every dollar I was spending was literally down the drain, I truly would like the entire market to keep going down. MetaZoo, I legit hate the art. Good now. Thank you. With MetaZoo, I don't like the art, but I can see why people like the art. Because at the end of the day, art is subjective. Even though I might not like something, it might be for someone else. And I can see why some people like it. For me, I don't really mind if the market goes up or down. There's some markets right now that I would just like for it to go down so that way I can start buying in. I'd be super pumped about it. If Yu-Gi-Oh went down, I'd be all in. I'd be all in terms of buying. And it has gone down drastically. It has. So I will be making some moves next year. I think the whole card market as a whole has kind of gone down. But it's also in part, I think it's also because of the fact that commerce just isn't happening as much, right? You have a lot of people who can't get their cards graded, and when a lot of people can't get their cards graded, they can't also sell a lot of their cards. It prevents a lot of commerce from happening. And so with that in mind, buying and selling isn't happening as frequent as it was when PSA and Beckett had all their service levels open. And I think that once the service levels gets open, they get back to being up and running to full functionality. I think that's where we might see changes, but it's so early to say. It's too early to say for that fact. TBH MetaZoo game-wise, I haven't even seen in game. I have seen people play MetaZoo game-wise. Like when I was in Houston in the lobby, I saw two people actually and legitimately playing MetaZoo, and that was my first time seeing it. I was blown away. I don't know if it's confusing or not, or if it's tough to learn. It's just one of those things. They need to print more money and hand it all next year. True. eBay is going heavy into the card market now. They've actually been pretty heavy into the card market for like the past year, believe it or not. But they just now have like actual, content creators that are working in conjunction with them. Okay, so Leonhardt videos from today never released Pokemon cards, which are just master sets from a factory box around it. Cards that 100% came out. Okay. I have not seen Lee's video yet, but I definitely will. Lee's a good guy. Lee is a great guy. I don't know if you can explain Headless Alabama Night to kids. Yeah. I think my biggest concern with... Okay, so this is a bit off topic, but it is about MetaZoo. My biggest concern is this. If they are planning to go heavy into Walmart, I think they're going to have issues at Walmart. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to have a kid who walks in to Walmart who isn't fully aware of what's going on in the card market, who's just buying cards that they know and love. They're not going to buy MetaZoo. They're just not. You're going to run into a crisis where you're just going to have a lot of products sitting at Walmart. I don't think if people make this whole, argument about scalpers buying it up, I don't think that's the case either. And the reason why I say that is because it's still a very, very small game. Not many people are out there are scalping MetaZoo from physical locations. At least I don't think they are. And I think that could be a very, very big concern for a lot of people in the near future. I know I'm talking to a lot of big MetaZoo sellers, and that's something that they're also concerned about. They're also very concerned about, prices tanking because all it's done is gone up. It hasn't gone down any. They now have the card collector market tracker. Okay. Yeah, with eBay, absolutely. They do. They've had it for a few months now. I remember when I was when I had it during the beta stages, so that was pretty cool. I'm trying to catch up with chat. MetaZoo isn't aimed at kids, is it? I don't think so, but what's gonna bring someone into MetaZoo who doesn't know anything about MetaZoo? Like I think a lot of us collectors that are in this hobby right now are very privileged, right? But we're hard, like regardless if you're the average collector who buys packs every single week, you're more hardcore. You're more on like the top 5% of hobbyists out there versus your average kid who's just going to card shops trying to buy packs. Like, if you're looking to buy cards, I think that kids are going to gravitate towards Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Before MetaZoo. And I mean, I've gone a few card shops, and just because these card shops are having lots and lots of difficulty with acquiring MetaZoo product, that's an issue. But yeah, I really do believe that Pokemon is going to see this sort of downward decline. We just have been, right? We see a lot of cards selling for less and less and less as each block passes on every auction house. It's bad when you can go to an auction house and buy a very high-end card, but for super cheap. For someone who knows nothing about MetaZoo, what exactly is it and why has it become so popular so sudden? I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a really tough question. For someone who knows nothing about MetaZoo, what exactly is it and why has it become so popular all of a sudden? I think MetaZoo became popular because it initially failed. When it had its Kickstarter, MetaZoo reached out to a lot of big Pokemon content creators, and a lot of big Pokemon content creators turned it down. They shut it down almost immediately. And in a way, it kind of failed in terms of gaining that kind of traction. I don't know what happened between then and to where they started gaining more and more traction. I don't know if it was because of Gary or what Steve Aoki joining the team. I don't know what happened along that point to what it is today. But I think part of the reason why it's just blown up is because it's new, right? You have a lot of people who are either buying it because they solely love the game. They solely love the artwork. That's what they're solely doing, right? But when you look at it, what it is today, it's so polarized. There's no in between. You're either there to actually buy the cards and play the game, or you're just there to buy the product because you know that you're going to be able to resell it to some sucker later down the road. And I hate using the word sucker, but that's what it feels like, right? Like you're only buying something to resell to someone who feels like they're going to be able to resell it for more. And that's a concern of mine. Like I'm keeping it, like I said before, I'm trying to get out of this boomer mentality, and I'm going to keep an open mind about it. And, maybe eventually, maybe 2-3 years down the road, I might buy in a MetaZoo. Because at that point it seems a lot safer. It seems more genuine at that point. It's just so new. And I think it is for the money for the most part right now. But again, we'll see. I know a lot of people are very passionate about MetaZoo. Like one of my buddies, he's very passionate. He loves MetaZoo. He's just spent a lot of money on a sheet the other evening. It was probably last night. Yeah, MetaZoo Kickstarter died for the first time around. It did. It genuinely did. So with Pokemon though, it's really tough. I think Pokemon is running to issues. One, their initial issue was not producing enough Pokemon product, right? We saw what happened when they weren't printing to demand, or they thought they were printing to demand, but COVID hit them so hard to where every logistical system that they had just straight up failed. And so they couldn't get as much Pokemon product out there. Now, the issue is that there is no actual rarity there. It's not like sports cards where you have a numbered rarity where it's like 1 out of 1, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 10, stuff like that. That's a huge issue. I think like Pokemon, if I were to buy modern Pokemon, it would be because of the fact that they reintroduced first edition sets. And a lot of people have issues that they shouldn't introduce a first edition set. Me personally, I think they should introduce a first edition set. I think having a first edition set is viable and it's necessary for card collectors. I think it's so important. I think we just have different rarities, and I think that's the issue that Pokemon has. I think that's the issue. Whereas MetaZoo, like when you look at Old Scratch, it's like 1 out of 100. When you look at the red ink card, it's 1 out of whatever. We know that there's a small amount of these cards. Yeah, Magic the Gathering even started doing number cards. I just think Pokemon needs to get with the times and actually start printing first edition cards. Because when you do that, if you produce a decent wave of first edition cards, every single set, you produce like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 waves of first edition, and after that you start producing unlimited, You know, collectors are only going to go after the first edition cards, right? I don't think people are going to go after modern. I just don't think so. I mean, it could very much happen, but I just think that it's very necessary, right? Like, Pokemon is just solely printing to demand. They don't really care about the resale market, even though the resale market does benefit their brand. I just think there needs to be more. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has first edition still, to this day. I find MetaZoo cards ugly, but the community and the people in it are great with all the events and charity they do. Yeah, I think a lot of, like, shoot, Gary's son, Devin, is an amazing kid. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Just tried, true, and genuine. Gary, nice guy. There's a lot of people that, you know, there's gonna be people out there that cast stones towards people, but the thing is that who are they to act holier than thou, right? It's you can't attack people and act like things are okay. This guy, the reality is American cards are kind of garbo. Pokemon QA in America isn't there. Yeah, quality control is just bad. Quality control for Pokemon in the States is just bad. But it's why we have a lot of value behind the cards. That's why there's so much value behind American cards. That's why Wizards of the Coast, WotC, English cards have so much value. That's why there's so much value behind it. I mean, think about it. If you had Japanese quality cards here in the States, then you would have PSA 10s and 9s left and right. It'd be so, like, you would have to try really hard to get a PSA 7. You would have to try absolutely hard. Absolutely hard. But moving on. Hey, Shiv, I know you're not into modern cards, but I feel like they're coming out with new sets with tons of cards way too often. They just don't really interest me like the way they do. You know, I think that's a common misconception that people kind of have when they say that I'm not into modern cards. Don't get me wrong. I genuinely love the modern artwork that's there, right? Like, I genuinely do. Like, the Noivern alt art is something that I cannot stop talking about. Excuse me. It's something that I cannot stop talking about, but it's also a card that I genuinely want to have in the future. But I'm in no particular rush to have it because I am a collector. And as a collector, I like collecting based on rarity, but also how cool things are. If something is so accessible, then I just don't want to have it. And it's not that I just don't want to have it. I'm just not in any particular rush, right? We know that there's more people now in the hobby than there has ever been. Why would I rush to get something that's so heavily produced when I can wait 4 or 5 years and, you know, essentially pay pennies on the dollar, right? Like, a good example is this, okay? Perfect example, right? I had a buddy of mine from Seychelles, Africa. He got a Rainbow Chonky graded at PSA, okay? Came back as a 10. This mug was off-centered. When I say it's off-centered, visibly. Like, when you first look at it, off-centered, like bad. I put that thing up on eBay for PSA 10, right? I initially had it listed for $1,350, okay? Wasn't accepted after that. I took it down $100. It got sold. At $1,250 it sold. A Rainbow PSA 10 Chonky. Now a PSA 10 Chonky, Rainbow Chonky probably goes for about $400, $500. Okay? If that gives you any real idea as to the issues that modern has, that's so indicative of it. Yes, we saw vintage rise, right? We saw it rise, and then it heavily corrected, right? But that's the only reason why it corrected is because there was too much people into the space over-evaluating cards that shouldn't have been valued at that specific price point. So that's where we're at right now. I mean, a first edition Beckett 9 Shadowless Charizard card is roughly worth $31,000 to $32,000. When I did my trade in Houston with the Pokemon Network, Ken Lee, I basically traded him an entire value. I traded him 11 cards, roughly worth about $35,000 to $40,000, right? And you know, if the moment I got that card, I should have sold, because if I sold that card, I could have bought my Beckett 9 for about $30K and pocketed 10K in the process, or 5 to 10K in the process. Is vintage still correcting, or is it not anymore? That's tough to say. I think that's really tough to say. For me, I think it's comfortable for myself to buy back in. Even though I'm not buying in yet. The reason why I'm not buying into any particular specific Pokemon card is because, again, I'm focusing on pop. I'm focusing on rarity. I'm focusing on a bunch of various things like Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! As of right now. So I'm not in any particular rush to get certain cards. But, I mean, for those guys who are in the chat right now, we got 18 viewers. Make sure you hit that like button. I am lonely. It is 9:52 p.m. here. Yizzy's late. Yizzy's late. This is my most recent mail day right here. This is a 2002 Charizard versus Lugia Battle Seal sticker by Nagatian. Nagatian. It's hard to really spell or pronounce, but and I know I'm butchering it. But the reason why I got this card is because it matches this card, and I just found out recently that this card is Pop 3, and there's none graded higher. So I do want to get the Beckett 9 in the red of this, and so once I acquire this in the red, I'll be pretty pumped. I do want one in the red. There's none graded higher, so myself, Gear Ninja, and Charizard King, we all own this card, which is pretty sick. So I can't wait to get this graded by Beckett. Beckett pricing right now is okay. I think they're doing a Christmas thing right now where they're allowing people to do Express, and you get chosen for it, I think they're only allowing like 10,000 cards for Express. And so it's one of those things where, I think it's like $150 to get subgrades for Express, and then I think $100 for non-subs. But I'm just gonna wait until they officially open back up. I'm in no particular rush. I'm just increasing my stack, making my money in various means and ways. You're gonna roast Yizzy. Yes, I am 100% gonna roast Yizzy. Totally. I'm going to lay it into him. He's gonna give me like 5 different excuses, and I'm gonna be like, bro, we have a podcast. What do you mean? Yizzy from Alabama with me. We move a little slower here. Nah, it's just Yizzy. It's just Yizzy. Yizzy needs to set his priorities straight, guys. When he gets in here, I want every single person to put down a poop emoji in the chat, okay? Okay, when he gets in here. I know for a fact he's going to get in here. That's not true. I'm from Alabama, too. No, it's just Yizzy. It's just Yizzy. 100% it's just Yizzy. Man, all you guys are from Bama, huh? See, the thing is that he's not going to Tampa with me this weekend. So, I'm going to make him do a lot of work when I'm gone. I'm going to make him take over the charity. I'm going to make him run with that while I'm gone. Cuz your boy tired. This guy, I'm tired. Okay? I spent this entire past few days just editing clip ups for the channel, and this guy just doesn't even show up. Yeah, he's missing out 100%. 100%. And not like I feel bad because I feel like the vast majority of the people that are subscribed to this channel, they're not going to even watch all of this. So I'm going to have to like download the live, delete this live. Actually, I might keep the live. I might keep the live and then repost this video, this live itself without me talking to people, and just have it to where Yizzy gets in here. Because, like, typically, we start this podcast every single week at 9, and we end at 10 at the very earliest. And sometimes we might end it at 10:30. So, I think once Yizzy comes here, then that'd be great. He said an hour. It's 9:55. I'm going to say, where are you at? What just happened? I don't know why it's playing music. I don't know what happened right there, but it just started playing music off my Spotify randomly. This Tag It Shiv Solo Dolo. I'm probably gonna put that in the title. I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna put that on the title. I was like, what the heck is happening with my spot? What's going on with my settings here? I was like, It's all bad. It's all wonky, guys. I apologize. Let's see. That's a good question, Cup of Milk. Why do scalpers on TikTok always try to prove you wrong when you're pretty much right? I'm not always right. That's the thing. I'm not always right. And I'm not always going to be correct about something. I have really, really strong opinions about certain things. I'm a really, really blunt person. But I think the reason why a lot of people, and I don't think they're scalpers for that matter, I think they're just other people that don't want to listen to the truth, right? often at times people just want to be told what they want to be told, and they don't want to be told the truth, right? And that's the reason why a lot of people get really upset in any kind of hobby, right? Just a few months ago, February all the way through March, right? I was getting a lot of flack and a lot of hate just because I was telling people, hey, I understand that you can't buy Pokemon product at any of these retailers, but if you're sitting at home and you can't buy any of these products and you refuse to buy any of these products at scalper prices, then go to a card shop, give a local business, a card shop, your money to buy singles. And I was getting flack for that because people were saying that I was gatekeeping. I was telling people how to collect. Well, if you're sitting at home and you can't buy Pokemon cards, Pokemon packs, Pokemon product, and you can't really enjoy the hobby, what's the next best thing you can possibly do? That's to buy singles. That's a temporary stopgap. I was telling people that, hey, the scalping situation is going to go. As demand dies, scalpers are going to go. Are there going to be people scalping Pokemon product? Yes. Even before the boom, people were scalping Pokemon product. People were scalping Hidden Fates. Shoot, there was some content creators, and I'm not going to mention their names because I've called them out before. They've cleared out shells of Hidden Fates before. It's not okay. But it's one of those things where people aren't going to like what you just have to say, and sometimes that's okay. You just kind of have to roll with it. Sometimes making the most just kind of speaking out against misinformation, it's gonna put you in a better position, right? Like, me explaining the hobby and how certain things work is why I built so many connections to this day. Like, off of TikTok, I've had a lot of big influential people go out of their way to message me, and I still have great connections with them to this day because I was straight up honest. I was being, I was providing the right kind of information. I think he's talking more about TikTokers sitting in their cars making a sales pitch like they don't have to, they didn't just leave Target 2 minutes before. That's probably true. That's very much true. My LGS sells at scalper prices, unfortunately. All right, Boo Radley. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's say I'm a store, right? This is before the boom. Okay, let's say I am a store and I'm getting about 1,000 boxes, right? And I'm selling each of those boxes for $100 a pop, right? Now, the profit that comes from that, and I'm doing great. I'm doing that every single week. My growth as a LGS isn't going up or down. It's just very consistent. I'm buying 1,000 boxes and I'm selling them for $100 a pop, right? I have overhead, a lot, and all that stuff goes to overhead. It goes to employees. It goes to this and that. There's a lot of things that you don't know when it comes to LGSs. Now, all of a sudden, you have COVID. COVID hits, right? When COVID hits and every logistical system in the United States fails, and every distribution or every manufacturer there is can't get product out to their retailers, then you run into issues, okay? So when we're talking about LGSs, let's say I'm the LGS now, where Pokemon is at its all-time high in terms of demand, and you place an order for 1,000 boxes, but this time around, you only get 500 boxes. Then what? What happens? I have an overhead. I have to take care of my bills. So what do I do when it comes to having the most high in demand product there is? Just to be able to maintain the certain levels of profit that I had before. You're going to double your price point. You're not going to sell those boxes for $100 a pop. You're going to sell for $200 a pop. Yes, that might seem like scalper prices to you, but all that money goes to the actual card ship itself. Now, I'm not saying that there's no bad actors. There's definitely bad actors in the LGS scene. There's a lot of people who aren't acting in good faith. But for the most part, there's a lot of card shops that are out there that are doing their due diligence, that are trying to help a community out by actually working with a bunch of people. I know my card shop in particular, they sell a lot of Pokemon product. Not even a whole lot of Pokemon product. They sell very little of it. But the thing is that they sell it way above MSRP, right? But I'm more than happy to buy from them because it's a local business versus me having to go to Target or Walmart and me having to pay some already existing billionaire versus an actual local card shop where Rick, which is the guy who owns the card shop, is going to take my money. He's going to use it to buy some food. He's going to buy some clothes. He's going to take care of himself. He's going to take care of his bills. I like that. To me means a lot more to me than anything else. It's like I have 2 gyms in my town, right? One's a Planet Fitness and one's a local business. The local gym is called Gym 24. Okay. I work out there because it's a local business. And I might pay $15 more than a Planet Fitness because a Planet Fitness is a franchise. I think people need to take that into consideration. Yeah, it's okay to be smart with your money, but also understand where your money's going to, right? Like, I know for a fact that if I go to a local card shop and I give that person money, I'm going to see that person. I'm going to see that person the next day. I might see that person in a month. But I know for a fact that they use that money for all the good reasons, right? It's important to really think of certain things. Like, card shops aren't all out there trying to like screw you over. And I'm not even talking about Pokemon product at these LGSs. I'm talking about buying singles. 9 times out of 10, you're actually better off, instead of buying Pokemon product at release, you're better off waiting way after release. You're going to be buying Pokemon product or Pokemon singles pennies on the dollar. And I think that's a lot of people just forget that. It's so easy to forget. It's so easy. It's frustrating at times, but it's easy to forget. Did the baby ever hit me up? Unfortunately, he didn't. I wish. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there on Pokemon TikTok that are just spewing misinformation. Like, I remember there's a big guy on TikTok. He was talking about how Vivid Voltage was a great investment at that time. No, it's not. You know, for an actual investment is 5 to 10 years, right? That's an investment. You buying a Pokemon product. Look at this guy. Where are you at?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Look at this guy. He's trying to do the podcast while he's in his vehicle.
Wait, I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
My phone is.
This guy. Isn't the baby canceled? Everyone gets canceled. I've gotten canceled like 5 times now.
What? You did?
No, you're just. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, where have you been?
I'm on a date, dude.
You are not on a date. Everyone in the chat right now, tag Yizzy and put down poop emojis.
Poop emojis?
Yeah, poop emojis. You deserve it.
Why? I told you to push about 1 hour. It's 9 o'clock right now. I would have been on the podcast.
Okay. Chat. This is where the roasting comes in, okay? Yizzy and I, we talk every single day. I called him up this afternoon. We talked about the podcast. We talked about what we're going to talk about. We talked about future stuff. We talked about the thumbnail. This guy did not mention any sort of dinners whatsoever. And you know what? If he would have told me right then and there, hey, Shiv, I have a date tonight, push it back to 9:30 or 10 o'clock, I would have. But you know what? He hits me up at 6 o'clock. Well, not even 6 o'clock, like 6:30 when I already have... It was 6:30. When I have...
Your live was at 6:15, dude. I stayed in there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, right when I was texting you. That still doesn't matter. Anyways, hold on. I'm telling a story. Anyways, okay. This guy, he 6 o'clock, right? It's like I've already put up the reminder for everyone to watch the podcast, right? And you know, Yizzy, you know who came into this podcast earlier that you just completely missed?
Who?
Pat Flynn. Do you know how professional that looks when our co-host isn't on the podcast? Now, back on topic, okay? He's like, push it back. And I'm like, well, the thing is that, Yizzy, we have a priority every single week where we set the podcast at 9 o'clock. You know, you can't double book the evening and say you have a dinner lined up when you know that you have the podcast lined up, you know? I used to work out every single Tuesday, but I moved my workouts to a different day just to make time for the podcast. So you have to prioritize the podcast, and that's not something that you did tonight.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes.
Should I cut off because I'm in the chat?
Oh no, I don't hear myself. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so that way I can read the chat. All right, keep going.
Yeah. So like the thing is that Yizzy, you got to start prioritizing the podcast. You can't like all of these people have been waiting on you for the past hour.
Yeah, but
But nothing. If the time is 9 o'clock, you come 9 o'clock.
I did come 9 o'clock.
Your time, not my time. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for everyone.
Oh, it always gotta be on your time, though. You know, like
It's never on my time, Yizzy. We used to do the podcast on Sundays, and we had to move it because you had soccer. I've compromised every single way when it comes to the time.
Dang, okay. I'm not even gonna fight you.
Yeah, better not be. I'll come down to I will literally switch my flight over to Bama to go beat the brace off of you. That sprained ankle you got will be a broken ankle.
If you'll forgive me, I'll come to Tampa.
No, you're not coming to Tampa. I know you're not. You're just lying. This guy was supposed. You want to know how lazy this guy's been? I told him to get the podcast from the Houston episode done. You know what he tells me the other day with Kangaroo on the Discord? He said he lost the SD card. It's December. Houston Collecticon was mid-October. It's been 2 months, my guy.
Is this a roast session?
Yeah, it's a only roast Yizzy session right now. Oh, also guys.
I'll take it.
This time last week, right? When we got done with the podcast, right? We get done with the podcast. We're just hanging out. We're done. I put up a story later on. It was of Yizzy on his phone, right? This guy Yizzy was literally watching and simping. He was caught on 4K, and I took a picture of it. He was watching a Pokemon content creator on Reels.
It was on my stories, man.
No, it wasn't. You were like this. And if I could have sworn a driblet of drool just came out. And I know who you were watching because I've seen that piece of content before.
Boxing match?
No.
I'll do a BJJ match. We're about the same weight. How much you weigh?
161.
Oh yeah, that's my weight.
We'll do boxing. I'll do boxing.
I can do boxing too.
I'll box.
2 boxers that don't know how to box?
Yeah, exactly. That'd be fun.
Oh, a charity box match?
Ooh. No, it was Alex, it's not Pokey Chloe, man. You always guess like the wrong girls, bro.
What? What is he guessing?
He thought that you were simping over Pokey Chloe. Pokey Chloe's married. You can't simp over a married woman.
I have respect and decency.
Pokey Jess? Nah, but I mean, there's a story about a girl that looked like Pokey Jess. Guys, Yizzy got left behind. He chick got cold feet.
It's all good. It's okay. I deleted the dating apps, guys.
He deleted the dating apps because he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm tired of the small talk. Nah, fam, you just got the cold feet. You got the cold shoulder. That just means you need to come to Tampa.
It's give and take, Sometimes I ghost. I don't ghost, but I'm like, I'm not feeling it, so I kind of like, hey, it was good.
This is the worst podcast ever, guys, by the way. This is the worst podcast ever. I had made a beautiful thumbnail. And this guy, Yizzy, hits me up at 5 or 6 o'clock and says, hey, yo, can we move it back like 30 minutes or maybe an hour? Bruh, it was not even an hour. It was over an hour.
Did you actually hit the point of what we talked about, though?
Yes, I talked about things that we should be concerned about, and I pretty much gave a brief synopsis of it.
You know what? I'm proud of you, man.
Someone has to do something.
What?
Imagine if I said, "Hey, I'm at the gym right now," and didn't even bother to tell you, and you went on a date. There would be no podcast tonight.
If you told me at 6 o'clock, I would have been like,
no, no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't. No, you
I'm
wouldn't.
gonna say
No, you wouldn't.
In the end, it is my due diligence and my fault, and I will take blame for it. But I did ask to push back an hour, and I said I would have made it. But
You did, but that's when we already had a schedule timed out. If you would have told me, like, hey, yesterday, like, Shiv, I have a dinner with friends, I would have scheduled it at a different time.
that is fair. That is fair.
Because, I mean, look at what we did with Poke Chloe. We accommodated to her. We started the podcast at 7 p.m.
True.
Eastern Standard Time.
True. But, there's this magical button. Really magical button.
No, I'm not going to hit that magical button when we tell our audience. Like, when Miami Card Traders already puts it up on his story, when we have other people setting the reminder, setting the reminder for, and you're like, oh, no, but that's one person. One person's too many, my guy.
That is fair.
Yizzy, you remember when your Asian parents told us when you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late? Shoot, that's when, that's what my math coach even told me.
Remember when your Asian Yes, I do. She said you left a...
That's what Kangaroo said.
Yeah, I'm liquidating all my assets in Pokemon to open up a karaoke bar.
Yeah. He's not even lying. That's the thing.
You still there?
Yeah, but you're cutting out because you live out in the sticks.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. Yizzy drives a smart car. Yizzy drives a smart car. Fun fact. I don't even think I should post this up on YouTube. I really don't. Guys in the chat right now, if you guys could rank this podcast on a scale from 1 to 10, now be honest. Out of all the podcasts that we've had, on a scale from 1 to 10, rank it right now. I want to hear some feedback right now. I want to hear some feedback. He hit the dead zone. He did hit the dead zone. He's straight up gone with the wind. Oh yeah, I should keep it for evidence. I will keep it for evidence. Every time he makes an excuse, I will show him this. And he'll be like, man. He drives a Ricer? Yeah, he drives a Ricer. He keeps trying to join in and out of this actual call. It's kind of sad. Like a 7? Okay. A 7. Now, if Yizzy was here for the entire thing, like our normal podcast, PSA 10, wow. I don't even think this is a PSA 10. I think this is a Garbo podcast, to be completely honest with you. You got this guy who keeps coming in and out, and he's not even saying anything. Okay, we got 7 from Kangarang. We got 10 from Andy. We got Alex with 10. PSA 5, so half. Ooh, that might be some real to honest feedback right there. Shiv, are we getting more Victory Royales after this? Possibly. I do have to make some TikToks, but I think I'll do that later. But I'm definitely going to be making some Victory Royales on Twitch after this. If you guys do want to watch, it's not Shivs on Twitch.com. But yeah, this guy Yizzy. Everyone in here, all 13 of you guys right now, you guys need to send doo-doo emojis to Yizzy in his DMs on Instagram after this podcast is over with, because this is unacceptable. I'm thoroughly impressed that my average watch time so far is like 9 minutes. I should ban Yizzy. Yizzy, you there, or are you still dead? 7 just because the convo is good. Is the convo just good because I'm carrying it yet? I'm carrying the team? Or is it because Yizzy's just straight up wrecked? Shiv, do you play Pokemon? I have Brilliant Diamond, actually. Funny enough. So this is actually a funny story, okay? So I pre-ordered Brilliant Diamond, okay? I pre-ordered it, right? It won't let me sign in. What do you mean by it won't let you sign in? It's through your Discord. This guy. What is he doing? Don't podcast and drive. That's true. Do not podcast and drive. He can't log in. He should be able to log in. He's lying. He's lying. That's on him. He let him get home. Let him get to his desktop. Yeah, because look, now this guy can't even log in. Do you know how unprofessional this looks? Like, I'm smiling, but I'm, like, furious right now. I'm angry. No connection? Of course you don't have no connection. You're out in the boonies. I barely ever watch lives because I always catch it the next day, but so funny I pop in when Yizzy gets booted. No, it's not that Yizzy gets booted. Yizzy's out in the boonies. Yizzy came to this podcast late. We started the podcast at 9. I literally manned the entire podcast for a straight hour without him. And then he showed up at 10 o'clock, and then for the past 17 minutes now, he's been on and off in here, and he's just slacking. You can't do that. You can't do that. And now he's gone. He said he has no connection. How are you sending me a text message when you don't have connection? I'm Indian. Indians are... Exactly. Imagine not being in your own podcast. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know, he could have told me yesterday. See, the thing is that this sort of thing has happened before, right? Sometime towards the mid to late summer, Yizzy got his wisdom teeth taken out. And I was like, okay, if you're getting your wisdom teeth taken out, I need to look for a co-host. So I managed to get a co-host, a substitute co-host, last minute, and that was Don Diego, right? So, with Yizzy, he could have easily told me, like, hey, I'm going to be gone tomorrow. And I'm going to be able to get, I'm going to be able to get another co-host. I'll find someone. But this guy, Yizzy, stop typing in chat and come back onto the live. You can't be in the chat and not be in your actual podcast. It's our podcast. This guy. Go to the nearest internet cafe, even if they don't have those. Go find one and get on here. You could have told me that. I would have got her on. There we go.
What?
What do you mean by what?
Why are you smiling?
Cause
you got that creeper smile going on right now.
Cause I want to come over there and beat the brakes off of you.
Okay, so boxing match and first Collecticon, $10 a ticket.
I mean, we have
3 rounds. We'll do 3 rounds.
We don't have a ring.
We don't need a ring.
We do need a ring.
Why?
So we're just gonna straight up fisticuffs with no gloves?
No, we'll put gloves on.
No. Okay, straight up fisticuffs with no gloves. How about that? No headset, nothing.
In the room.
No headset, nothing. All just straight up fist to face.
I'll give you some headgear.
I don't need headgear. You're gonna need it though.
Alright, I'll use headgear then. I don't want brain damage.
No, we're both gonna get brain damage, but one's gonna have more brain damage than the other, and then after that, we're gonna have a podcast.
It's only 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds, or 3 5-minute rounds.
No,
5 minutes may be too much for you.
You might wear out. You're chunky.
Yeah, 3-minute rounds.
I thought you were supposed to wear a back brace when lifting heavy objects. Yeah, I should be wearing a back brace right now because I've been carrying this podcast right now.
Oh, burn. Gotta let it burn deep down in there.
This guy's trying real hard to be involved with the podcast.
Who, me?
Because you have no idea how pissed I am right now.
I know how pissed you are. I know how pissed you are. How pissed are you? 1 out of 10.
While I'm gone in Tampa, you better get to work. You better get to work, my guy. That means I better see you promoting the charity every single day. I better see you posting every single day, doing clip-ups left and right. I better see you busting your tail off while I'm gone.
Okay.
He says K, but he ain't gonna do it. You know what's funny is that Yizzy is on time for his whatnot every single day at 12 o'clock his time. Every single day. He's on time.
No,
He's on
I
time.
don't.
On
Ask
time
King.
almost every single day.
I'm late to that. No, I'm late to the Ask King right now. Ask
He,
King.
still, you still manage to be there.
Yeah, like.
This podcast is in shambles. As my duty of moderator, I'll now ban both hosts. Is that possible? Can a mod ban both hosts? Is that possible?
Who's a mod? Who said that? I'm not.
Andy, Tap Lab.
Oh.
Andy is a mod though.
He is a mod. The tap is of the tap. The tippy of the tap.
We just got a victory royale not too long ago.
Andy, you bought some crypto recently? Huh?
Probably.
During little dippy dips?
Why are you asking everyone that?
What?
Why are you asking everyone if they bought during the dip?
I'm just curious. Can I not ask the people?
No, this is a Pokemon podcast.
Well, okay, let's transition into do cryptocurrency correlate with Pokemon cards?
No, for the longest time, the Pokemon market's older than the cryptocurrency market.
Okay.
So no.
There
might be some influence, but not a lot.
Huh. Why would you say that?
I just explained it to you. That was the simplest answer that I could possibly give.
What type of influence can crypto have on Pokemon cards?
None. I mean, people interchange between both all the time.
Is that the only correlation when it comes to like buying and having revenue?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's only a new thing. Typical crypto bro question. Did you buy? See, that's the thing. Yizzy, it might be a crypto bro question if you bought the dip. But the thing is that Yizzy owns no crypto.
I own no crypto?
You might own some, but not a lot.
No, I do not have a huge stake in it. It's more of like, yeah. I'm not invested into it.
It's more like a couple of dollars, maybe a few McDonald's meals here and there, you know.
Well, geez, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, a couple G's, big baller. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, this man have a couple G's into some crypto. Okay.
Like 0.0001 G's. No, I'm just kidding. I think somebody told me.
No, okay. So speaking, let's get back to topic, okay? Because I know you're really good at diverting stuff. So you were telling people that you went on a date. I don't think you went on a date. So which one is it? Were you out with friends? Were you out with friends, or were you on a date?
Well, there was friends involved too, but you know.
So was it a date, or was it just a friends thing? Yes or no?
I was out with the hottest of the hottest.
Let's cap. What's her name?
Huh? I'm not gonna tell you her name.
What's her name?
You're too nosy. Every time I say something or say something about anything, you just like all over. Nose.
No, that is so cap, dude. When you find someone, you immediately send me a screenshot of their profile. You will literally send me a screenshot. This man will literally send me a screenshot. It's like, hey, what'd you think? I'm like, oh, she's okay.
Exactly. I used to. But you nosier than a nose pass.
Nah, he just recently did it he did it last week. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I got exposed and I'm like, I really don't like getting exposed this much.
Yeah, and you know how that feels.
Exactly.
Marcus says, I can vouch. I saw him out with a 10 out of a 10. Marcus, who are you, Marcus?
See, look at that. Let's go, Marcus.
Who's Marcus, though? He might be lying. What credibility does he have?
Why would Marcus lie?
I don't know Marcus.
The Poke Tea Time community does not lie. We are honest. We are great, and we are humbling, right?
I mean, Miami Card Traders and Alex says cap. So are they lying? I mean, Miami Card Traders and Alex are saying cap. So I guess they're telling the truth then. If they're saying that you're capping.
Yeah.
Just a fan that saw him out. I had no motivation to lie. Dang, you have fans? I'm kind of jealous.
For me? Nah.
Yeah. No, but Miami Card Traders and Alex did say you're capping, so they're probably telling the truth too, huh?
Who? Miami?
Yeah.
Miami, he's just jealous because I didn't come see him when I was in Miami.
I mean, what do you got to say to Alex then? Because he also said cap too.
Alex?
Yeah.
Which Alex?
The guy, Alex PSX. He's in the chat.
Oh, I think it was a typo.
Oh, is that what it is, Miami Card Traders? You think Marquez is an alt account? You think that alt account belongs to Yizzy? Makes sense.
Bro, how am I using an alt account when I'm talking to you?
I don't know. You could always do something. I don't know.
I got options. What is this guy doing? Man, this guy's going slow.
Yeah, what was what was the date?
Huh? How was it?
No, what was it?
What do you mean? It was trivia night.
Oh, trivia night. What kind of trivia?
I don't know. Just different types of questions.
Did you get anything right?
Yeah, we were in first at halftime, but we we kind of botched it towards the end and came in fourth.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Great hit, Nick. So like, did you guys win?
No, we came in fourth.
When?
Tonight. What do you mean?
When did I ask?
What? I'm so lost. Are you trying to joke?
Yes. Dude, you blew off the podcast to go to trivia night.
On a hot date.
You did not go on a hot date, Yizzy.
The hottest of the hot.
You did not. 100% you did not go on a hot date. I know for a fact you didn't. No, I know for a fact you didn't.
I was like this when I was talking to her, I was this tempted. I was like, should I like answer my friend? And then they were like, no.
You should have, because every Tuesday you have a priority. Priorities take place over anything and everything that you might have at that time, unless it's an emergency. This is a business.
I know, but
no, nothing.
Oh yeah, it's a business. Yeah.
I move things away, or I cancel things just for the podcast all the time.
You do. I believe it.
Gotta show up. Okay, I can't be the dad when I'm younger than you.
Okay.
It's so weird lecturing a grown man. See, Yizzy lectures me in other ways, but I lecture him when it comes to the podcast.
No, it's just one of those things where it's like, I could argue with you, but it's not worth it.
But you can't argue with me because I'm right.
I can. You could have easily pushed it back an hour.
It's not about pushing it back the hour. It's about the principle.
Yes, okay, ask the people in here.
If everyone had a reminder set for 9 p.m., then what happens?
No, ask the people in here right now who has been.
I'm asking you a question. I'm not saying I'm right.
No,
I'm saying if the schedule's set at 9 p.m. and you tell me last minute that, hey, can we move it aside? Like, think about it this way. If you would have told me yesterday, I could have found a third co-host, just to substitute. Okay. Yeah, at 5 or 6 o'clock. Do you know how difficult it is just to find another co-host? Is he in another dead zone? Wait, what's the difference? Yizzy's 30. I'm 26. He's older. Yeah, I mean, like, I look at what the Shadowless podcast does, right? And they're on time every single weekend. Every single week, they're on time. It comes out at midnight every single time. So you gotta show up. You just gotta show up. I mean, if I didn't show up, there would be no podcast this evening. But imagine if other podcasts lose a co-host. Yeah, I mean, Nate, Danny, Jordan, they do a superb job running what they have. They do a superb job. Put me in coach. Not yet, man. Not yet. He's in a dead zone again. I assumed that was the case. No, he's in his studio. He's in his studio. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at him. Do you have a paper bag? You got a paperback, Yizzy? Superb job running what they have. I can hear me through your thing. Yeah, consistency is very good for the SEO, but Yizzy don't know that. He can hear us. He just doesn't want to talk. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and conclude the podcast. We're gonna sip sup.
All right, let's go.
No, we're gonna continue
on Twitch. Hey guys, y'all want to watch me play some Pokemon Unite?
See, he will make it on time for his Pokemon, for his Twitch, but he doesn't make it on time for podcast.
Hey, you like my new fade, dude? Look at that.
No, it's ugly as it's ugly as it's ugly AF.
You okay, Chef? You need to get tucked in. New little treat.
I think you owe the audience an explanation, not so much me. I'm gonna sit here.
Guys, I already told. Like we don't have to keep letting people. Oh, let me turn on.
No. I think chat. Do you guys deserve an explanation as to why Yizzy didn't make it on time?
I'll totally explain it.
Explain it from the top to bottom.
Okay. At 6 o'clock, I called Shiv. I said,
you didn't call, you DM'd. You never called.
Okay,
it would have been a whole different story if you called. You know for a fact, if you called me, that I would have ripped you a new one. So you resorted to DMing me. You didn't text me. You DM'd me on Instagram.
That's not why. Okay, I DM'd him. I'm saying, hey, can we push the podcast back 1 hour? And he said, he didn't say no. He was like, Yizzy, you know we have a consistent schedule. And I'm like, hey, it might not be a bad thing to push it back an hour because I have dinner plans with people. And so okay. And so he said a lot other things. And I said, we can cater towards the West Coast people, right? And he said, and I said, yes or no. And he's like, I'm not going to tell you yes or no. Basically what he said. And then he was like, but I'm going to go live without you. With or without you or something like that. And I was like,
and I have said that before though, in the past, correct?
You can do that. Like that is not a problem. But I said, but I will be there if we can push it back an hour. That way it's a safe bet with dinner plans.
Now think about this, okay? Let's say I have plans after the pod. Let's say I have the plan. Let's say I have my own personal plans right after the podcast. And you want to show up late, then that kind of screws me over too, even though we have a set schedule as far as the podcast goes.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Do you have plans after this?
If I wanted to produce TikToks, I could. If I have other phone calls, I could. It's just one of those things where it's like we have a podcast. It's about principle. Like I can understand if you said like, "Hey, Shiv, like yesterday," but I could totally do that. But like you put me in you also put me in a position where it's like you're not ask you. You did ask me to put it back an hour.
And then I said yes or no, and you never.
But you already had people already looking at the time and actually hitting their for the reminder. So if they came in here, which there were already 2 people waiting in here before I even started the podcast, then they'd be waiting there for an hour.
If we pushed it back an hour, would y'all have mind if we push it back an hour?
That's not the point.
I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying like I was covering my track. First, I asked you if we could, and all you had to do is.
I will forgive you if you got a smooch. Did the girl give you a smooch? I'll forgive you. Just say yes or no.
Huh? I don't want to lie though.
Say yes or no.
I don't want to lie.
Just say yes or no.
No.
Damn, looks like I can't forgive you. I mean, I gave you an out, man. I gave you an out. I gave you an out.
Know, but I don't want to lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lie.
Did you kiss her on the first date? Yes or no? Did you kiss someone on the date? Was it a date?
Well, you asking so many questions. I don't want to give you any more ammo.
You know, if you would have told me even last minute, it's like Shiv, I had a last minute date come through, I would have said yes. But you said dinner with friends. Then that kind of makes not only the people that are sitting in here, but also me feel like you're prioritizing a dinner when you can have a dinner at any other time of the week because you're not going to Tampa. You could have had it yesterday, you could have had it Wednesday, and you could have done the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm not. No, no spice.
Podcast homies, the podcast homies before any girl,
That's
bro.
not the point. Chat, y'all. Chat, I need your answer. Would y'all have been fine if we pushed it back 1 hour instead of 8 o'clock? It would have been 9 o'clock.
The chat's on my side, man. I rallied them.
That's
I
all I'm
rallied them.
asking.
They all waited an hour. Like, Alex was the first person in here. I could scroll back up to see, like, hey, he said, oh, hold on, let me go all the way up.
Asking. If y'all saw the timestamp change 3 hours before the podcast from 8 to 9, how big of a deal would that have been for the people? Because Shiv is not speaking in terms of algorithms or standing
I don't
up for
care about the algorithm. I don't.
Exactly. He's talking about the people. So that's why I am going to switch over the conversation to the people.
Okay. But it's not only them. It's also me, too. It's my time.
That's why I personally asked you. I said yes or no, and I asked you twice.
Oh, it was Miami Card Traders first? Then it was Alex. I think it was Kitamori third.
Kitamori, bing bong. So if I disappointed the people, I would have been okay. You, on the other hand, I definitely gave you the option.
You gave me an option, but last minute. That's the thing.
Huh?
You gave me an option at you gave me an option last minute. It was a last minute thing. Like I had made the thumbnail. I had posted it up. You knew what time. Like if we were on the call a couple of times today for about an hour or so. Like, you could have said it like, hey, by the way, I have a date. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just schedule it for later. But you didn't. You decided to say it a lot later.
I get that, Shiv.
Minor offense. Tisk tisk.
Minor offense.
That's what the chat's saying. Don't do it again. They said it. I'm forgiving you. I'm forgiving you.
I'll be here no matter what.
Chat's forgiving you. Chat's forgiving you. They said it's a minor offense. So you can't do it again.
The fact he made you an option is a problem. What? No, I gave him the option. I'm like, hey, I have dinner plans at 6:30.
Homies, you don't make options. They priorities.
Because trivia night made it a little bit longer. And so I asked him, I'm like, before I go out, can we push it back an hour? Yes or no?
But you can't double book a day that we already have a podcast on. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I get it, Shiv. That's why I said push it back an hour. You're like totally disregarding everything I'm saying about the push back an hour. I'm not canceling it, all right? I'm not canceling it. I'm not like not doing it. I'm showing up. I'm just asking if we can push it back an hour. That's it. Golly. But I'm not like late to it. I know I was going to be late to it. I know I was going to show up at 9. I knew that.
Yes, but the chat would have been okay with it. I'm just saying, like, in terms of my time too, though.
The thing is, I would have said, if you would have said no, I would have ended like mid trivia thing. I would have been like, hey guys, I'm just got to dip. I know I was only here for like 45 minutes, but I'm going to leave y'all here.
In a way, I did say no, though.
I gave you an option, and you're like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go on. I'm like, all right then. And I asked them, and they were like, well, I asked them, and I was like, can we leave her? They're like, no, just stay then. I'm like, all right then. What was trivia? What question was the priorities? All right. Dude, that's evil. Okay.
That's a good
question. So next time, if you like truly didn't want, then I would be like,
I didn't, and that's why I asked you those questions. But you're also an adult. Yizzy, you're an adult. I shouldn't have to say no. I technically did say no.
Well, the problem there is like I don't see the problem in pushing it back an hour. And if that problem resides in you actually just saying no, you don't like that's why I asked you. The point is I asked you if you're gonna be upfront with someone, just say no next time.
Okay. So I'm in the wrong. Okay, cool.
You're not in the wrong. I'm in the wrong. But like, if you're gonna give me the option, when I truly feel deep down inside that we can push this back an hour and it had no adverse effects, unless you were like, no, Yizzy, I have a Twitch at 9 o'clock and I have people there, and I have all these other things to do, and you're screwing me over.
I shouldn't have to say that, though. I shouldn't have to say that.
Yes, you do, man.
No,
because,
I don't.
Like, if you have no priorities in that sense, like if you, the reason I say that is because like if the roles were vice versa, I wouldn't have a problem. That's the thing. And the fact that you mentioned like, oh, if you would have said it was a date instead of dinner, I would have let you. So it's like, I don't understand why there's a dispute. If you would have said no, I would have been okay. That's why I asked you twice, Shiv. Because if you would have asked me, I would have been like, no. Or I would have been like, yeah. That's why I asked you. That's why I was like, on a real note, like, yes or no, give me an answer. And then you're like, that gave me an excuse. And then I was like, changing time last minute is considered rude. I don't think there's any debating on that. Winner gets to box Logan Paul. Yes, that's why I say I was in the wrong. But that's why I was asking. Does that make sense? That's why earlier in this podcast, if you would have noticed, I was like, yes, like I don't want to like argue against it because like I'm in the wrong in the sense that like we try to stay consistent and I wasn't consistent in that sense. That's why I asked like if it would be okay. And if it was like no or yes, that's fine. Like my feelings aren't going to get hurt. Be like, no.
Yeah, where is
But
Jeff
if you're doing me, do what?
Where
You're not
is Jeff
telling me I don't know. You're not telling me. That's why I say you're not telling me anything. I don't know. I know we're trying to stay consistent. I know that like we need to be on a podcast. I get it. That's why I said, can we push it back an hour? Just like we pushed it back early an hour for Chloe. Or
yeah,
like,
but we made sure that was done in advance. We
yes,
planned that a month in advance.
Just be like, no, because you're like we're trying to stay consistent, Yizzy, because we're trying to grow. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I did say that. Everything you're saying right now is what I said. I like you asked me the question knowing the answer. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I still want to hear from you. If you go on a girl and you think she's cheating on you the whole time, it's like I think she's cheating on me. So you go up and ask her.
That
and
you can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. We're talking about an actual.
I'm
this is a priority.
In logical sense.
This is a podcast where it revolves the both of us, right? It doesn't like I can't do this on my own. You can't do this on your own. Like we do this together, right? So like if let's say you were running the podcast and I up and at it bounced and didn't really give you a proper explanation about something, that's rude. We have something that's dedicated to this particular time, and we're trying. And we just recently spoke about trying to trim the fat. We're trying to hit our hours. We're trying to hit certain things. Those are things that have to be done.
This is behind the scenes.
And plus, the thing is that all these people here, you know, they don't have to watch this. I think this takes away from, you know, things that should be done properly. Like there's a lot of valuable things that these people want to take behind it. It's a complete disservice to them when I'm sitting here at 9 o'clock on time when these guys are here ready to go. They're, like the chat was loaded up.
The point is not like on time. It's like I've already told you what time I would be on. That's why I asked if we push it back an hour, and I was like yes or no, and you said I am going to be on with or without you. Like I'm going to be on.
So I'm giving you that decision. I'm putting the ball in your court at that point to decide which one is more important, to hang out with friends or to a priority that you already have.
Give you the option.
That gave you the option.
I gave you the option. You can't give me my option.
Yeah, like, it's called basketball. It's called it's ping pong. You served it up. I served it right back.
And I said I'll be there at 9. I said I'm gonna be there at 9 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna be home at 9 o'clock. Push it back an hour. And you're like, well, I'll be here.
You said 30 minutes to an hour-ish. How am I supposed to schedule around that? If let's say I scheduled it 30 minutes ahead, right? Let's say, because you did say 30 minutes to an hour, right? If I got on at 9:30, I would have had to sit there and kill 30 minutes of time to wait for you to get there when you would have showed up an hour later. You also said hour-ish.
Well, yeah, then be like, okay, give me like an exact time that you're gonna be.
I don't have to do all that, Yizzy. You're an adult, man.
Oh my gosh,
I already do enough.
Excuse, man. You're like, oh, I don't have to say that. That's bullcrap. When like people saying like,
did they forget the end of the podcast? No, we haven't ended the podcast. I think this is therapeutic for all of us. So in the chat right now, if you feel like you have an opinion, make sure you let us know. Make sure you let us know. We want it done now. This is going to be on the podcast. I'm clipping it. I'm not even clipping this. It's staying right here.
That girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should know that I'm hungry. I haven't eaten.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
You weren't hungry, not to bring anything home.
It's not the same.
You know I'm hungry at 9 o'clock.
It's not the same.
I'm always hungry, and you always
It's not the same.
Chips and salsa, and today you didn't bring me chips and salsa. But I said I'd bring it to you at 10 o'clock then. Yeah, but you know I'm hungry at 9. Why are you bringing it here at 9?
Yizzy, you know that's not the same.
I know, but it's pretty good. It's pretty funny in my mind.
It's not the same. All right, guys. If you guys don't see Yizzy next week, it's because he's 6 feet under, okay? If you guys don't see him next week.
Okay. Conclusion wise, yes, I am in a wrong. I get it. It's like I shouldn't be showing up late. and that's why I wasn't arguing at the beginning.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off. You're gonna run the rest of the podcast for the rest of the hour. How about that?
No, let's just sign off.
No. You can hold the podcast. If I can man the podcast for an hour, then
I can hold a podcast. Don't get me wrong. I just keep going.
Y'all fighting in Tampa? No, he's too scared to show up in Tampa. Actually, the reason why Yizzy's not coming is because he has bad memories in Tampa.
No, I'm not going. Because,
yes, he does.
He
has bad memories. He has bad memories.
The real excuse, I got really depressed in my last one, and so I'm not coming to this.
Yeah. He needs that R&R. He needs to regroup and regather. He needs to get his dookie together.
Big dookies.
But you are wearing a fresh jacket, so I know for a fact you probably went on a date. Or actually, I think you went on a friend group dinner and you were trying to impress someone. I don't think it was a date. I think he went on a friend group thing. Shiv gonna give Yizzy the dirt nap. Put you to sleep on the ground. I love that. I'm gonna start using that. It's like, this guy's gonna give you a dirt nap. This guy totally went to a dinner date, and their friends probably brought some girl there, and Yizzy thought it was a date, but it wasn't a date. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, keep thinking.
Everyone wants to know. Yeah, what kind of shoes you wear?
Tonight, I just wore some white Vans, high tops.
Okay, that's fair. That's solid.
Yeah,
that's solid. Yeah, it's a casual drip.
Yeah. Or you want
so
the ones?
Met with friends to put the moves in someone. See, this man didn't
fresh.
even see that. There's another reason why Yizzy's guilty.
Woo,
see, that's why Yizzy's guilty again. You know, he was supposed to hang out with friends this evening at his dinner, but instead he was too busy talking to someone. Who? So his friends got sidelined, and then the podcast got sidelined. Ooh.
How did you get sidelined? God.
Ooh, I think Yizzy, you need to issue an apology to everyone here. Say, hey, Alex, I'm sorry. Hey, Kate. No, you have to address every single person. All 22 people. How many
people did you have in here earlier?
25 total.
You hit 25?
Yeah.
By yourself?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so?
I was too busy trying to make sure each time I called you, because like the camera settings done by the Discord call, so every single time you wouldn't pick up, it would just die after like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yizzy getting roasted here? Yeah, kind of. It's kind of my fault, but then like, I ain't gonna take all of it. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna take all the fault. He's gonna take all the fault.
Don't give me that.
And he's gonna be okay with it.
I know who you are, LFC. Flox Gaming.
Yizzy, we're not mad. We're disappointed. I think everyone here is disappointed in Yizzy.
Oh my gosh.
I think you need to issue. You know how YouTubers do those like public apologies on YouTube?
It was almost like set up. I feel like it was almost set up. Like
you chose to do all those things.
Easily pushed it back an hour.
That's right, Yizzy. I told a girl from Alabama to go out on a date with you tonight, and actually put the moves on you. I planned this entire thing. I'm a mastermind.
That would be OP. He easily could have pushed it back an hour, and he's like, you know what? It's about principle, and I'm gonna teach Yizzy a lesson. I'm gonna go live without him, make him look terrible. Because he deserves it. Terrible. Because he deserves it. And then we're going to roast him because I know for a matter of fact that he said 9 o'clock. So he's going to jump on 9 o'clock. So I'm going to keep this 45-minute podcast that he talked about.
You kind of also didn't help with some of the stuff that you were, with some of the stories you were disclosing on my IG live.
2 hours.
Yizzy, what?
2 hours.
I would have kind of gone easy on you.
It's just going for 2 hours when it's supposed to be a 45-minute podcast, huh?
It's supposed to be an hour long, but you should have showed up within that hour. But guess what? You didn't show up.
Said, oh, we could kill 45 minutes with this. Get it for about 45 minutes. You said that today on a phone call. I remember because I was like, I like that 45 minutes.
Yeah, outside of her banter. So an
hour. An hour. But what banter are you gonna have by yourself?
I was talking to the chat. It's not like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to people in the chat. They matter.
Yeah, but were you gonna banter with them?
Yeah. I did a Q&A. Pat Flynn was here. I was talking to him too.
Thank you, Eddie. T-Pox. Boom.
Leave the homie Yizzy alone, looking fresh and putting to work with the ladies. I don't see any proof, so right now it's a lie. When's the Houston podcast? When Yizzy finds the SD card 2 months later.
When's the Houston podcast? I actually wanted to put it up today, but Shiv's like, no, let's just go live instead. I'm like, all right.
Because we owe it to the people. We can't half-ass things.
Okay, you're right. We could have been here with them too.
I don't think a premiere would have been sufficient enough.
What do y'all think about premieres, guys? What do y'all think about premieres?
Yeah, that's actually a genuine question. Like, what do you guys think about like certain YouTube videos? Like, if we create certain YouTube videos and we produce premieres through it, what are your thoughts?
Actually,
we have.
He said Pixar didn't happen. I'm like, we didn't take pictures. Sorry, man.
Oh, it was you and your girl.
Yeah.
I think there is. He's just lying about it. He looked up.
No, I looked up because I should stop looking up because it looks weird when I look back down.
You do that a lot on your Twitch streams too, by the way.
I know because my thing's up there.
You gotta readjust things.
3 screens. 1, 2, 3. I did it again. And one more time.
This guy.
They work. I like them.
See, everyone in here was like given the benefit of the doubt, but like they saw how long I like worked this podcast for straight hours.
That's why I said I was set up, guys.
He's trying to play victim now. Look at this guy.
Huh?
He's trying to play victim.
No,
now.
I started thinking about it.
Yizzy, we need to get your haircut.
Huh?
We need to get your haircut.
This morning? It looked fresh?
This morning. So did you know this morning that you were going to go on a date?
No.
Is that a lie? Why'd you pause? Why'd you pause?
Because I was like...
Yizzy, you don't get your haircuts done for no reason. You knew that you had a date.
No. My haircut, I have to schedule in advance. So I actually scheduled this like 4 days ago.
What's a girl's name? Kangaroo's asking, not me. Anyway. I'll close my ears. My ears are closed.
Jim ruined the date for my date last week.
He thinks I ruined his date, but it didn't happen.
He definitely ruined it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he definitely ruined it. So this is what happened. Before I even went on a date, he called out this girl that I told him I was going on a date with.
I didn't say the name.
What happened? They follow me too. They found me. They follow me. People follow me.
Do you know for a fact you watched the podcast?
And I linked it, right? And I don't have like 50 million followers like some people. And so like
neither do I.
Yeah, facts. So like I look at it, I post like, hey, come to the podcast, blah 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 blah, right? And then Shiv starts talking about who's that girl with his little thing. Is like, oh, you didn't even like her, and he starts saying, I'm not gonna say what he says. I won't repeat what he says because it's just like, you know, not recommended.
You act like I degraded
after he said the words that should not be spoken about certain women.
I didn't say anything bad.
Not misogynistic stuff. Yeah, the date was canceled fairly afterwards.
What did you ever ask why? Did you ask why?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Do you know why?
Matter.
So you're just associating two separate incidents to one thing when it could have been a completely different reason.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Jim likes to talk about dates that haven't even happened.
I mean,
up because I sent it to him.
Chat. This guy Yizzy. I did that one time. In a live.
Guess who's not sending it anymore?
That's fine. But guess what? You did that one time, and I did that one time on a podcast. But how many times has Yizzy exposed me on a podcast where I link the podcast on here every single time, and the person is in our same realm? How many times have you exposed us?
I don't know who you
exposed me.
You're just
how many times have you exposed me? Dude. How many? And you exposed me today in my IG live.
In your IG live? No, I did not.
You started recounting the bathroom story.
All I said is I went to the bathroom, okay? Because I needed to deuce it up. And guess who walks in? Shiv. And guess what happens next? And I ended the story right there. I said I was deucing it up. If anything, I exposed myself. I didn't tell the rest of the story. But if y'all want to know the story, chat, let me know.
You said it last week. You actually said the story last week. What are you talking about?
You want me to tell the story again, and we can clip up this because I got a fresh fade this time with a fresh story. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like I'm gonna clip it up because I'm the one who clips it up.
So all right, it's about poops. Yes. So we were talking about the word. I'm gonna ask you first? You know what I'm saying? Are you good, Shiv? You look a little stressed right now.
Just go on. Just go on. At this point, I'm just existing.
So we were at Collecticon, and I was gonna go play soccer at that Dallas area.
Mm-hmm.
And so I forgot some indoor cleats. So we went to Academy to buy some indoor cleats. And if you haven't seen my vlog series on my channel, you should go check it out. But Shiv, I started buying this stuff, and in that vlog, he's like, "What is this? You don't need this stuff. We're at Collecticon." So, anyways, I was like, "I need to use the restroom first." So I go to the restroom, and I'm deucing it up. I'm not gonna lie. We're humans. We poop. Women poop. Don't act like they don't use poop. They poop. All right. So, anyways, I hear somebody walk in, and then he sits down, and I'm like, "What, Shiv?" At a stall beside mine. And I'm like, "What up, Shiv?" He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go. Is real or something like that." So we started talking. And I'm like, "All right, cool." A little doozy out come out, and then all I hear is, I was like, "What?" And then I was like, I didn't hear that. And then another, like that is literally sound like that. And I was like, "Holy Nike, man!" I was like, "Shit, what is that, bro?" Like that sounded like an explosion, dude. He's like, "Man, yeah, I had to go. I've been holding it in for like 5 hours," something like that. I'm like, "Is it because you're a vegetarian?"
Nah, it has nothing to do with that.
And it was just, I've never heard anything like that.
I think
That's
it's
like
the dumplings.
That's like the stuff you see on like Scary Movie and these like funny movies where like you just see boom, like explosive like poop, like on like some type of like jackass movie or something like that. That happened in his restroom.
That's never happened to me ever. I think it was the dumplings.
Was it?
I think so.
It never happens to you? Cause that thing was loud, bro. Like loud.
Never. That was the first.
Like I was shocked. And I eat
first.
Chinese food all the time.
But you know what? I'll eat dumplings again. That shit was good.
That was good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll do it again.
When we went there.
Yeah, but also Yizzy forgets to mention, I told him like, "Hey, I need to go to the restroom like 30 minutes before." He's like, "No, we got to go shopping." This guy is a diva when it comes to shopping.
What? You could go to the restroom at Academy? What are you talking about?
Yes, but I like being able to use the bathroom in the comforts of my own hotel where
Why
I can.
didn't you say that?
I was like, "Hey, we gotta go," but also at the same time we had to go get Serenata
That toilet was massacred. That toilet was
solid. You were right. You were like, "Hey, Academy's bathrooms are nice." You were right.
Yeah, I was. It was really nice. Not
What's
anymore.
weird is that you actually knew that. Yes, Burelli, that's right. I was telling Yizzy, I'm the man.
No, you were not. Quit.
That's me asserting my dominance, man.
Whatever.
You were the first one to leave that
Yeah,
bathroom.
that's the story. That's the story of the poop story. If y'all like the poop story, I'm sorry.
Make sure you like this video. This is the worst video
YouTube
ever.
needs to do clip ups. That'd be nice.
Huh?
That'd be sick. YouTube doing clip ups?
They do.
Like clip it? They do? You can clip?
You can do that with you can do that with like bigger channels.
Let's see.
Like I can
bigger
do that
channels.
with like Danny's
So nobody
channel.
can clip right now?
I don't think so. I know you can do that on Twitch.
Hey, when's the next round of when's the next round? Are you going to Leonhardt's thing or try to get the tickets?
I told the chat this already, but I got the email and it came into my spam, and I didn't know it came into my spam until like 4 hours later, so I missed my opportunity. But apparently there's supposed to be another waves to go around, so like once I get the next wave, then I'll try to, or I'll probably just shoot like Liam messages, like say, "Hey, like I'm not trying to come buy packs. I'd much rather have people open packs besides myself. I just want to be there for their like the experience and just to record." But also like I think the venue is like super strict on like capacity as well as vaccination cards as well as masks. So, I think they have like a max capacity that's associated to the event.
Yeah, but they're coming out with 2 round, like a round 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could ask him.
I could. But even if I don't go, I'm still gonna be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like to kick off. I like to kick off the year.
How was meeting Jordan Fringe?
Really nice. It was fun. Really nice
Really?
dude. Yeah. So for those as you don't know, when we went to New York City, I went to New York City for Don Diego's trade night. On my way back, I came back to DC the next day. Then I drove an hour up north to Maryland to go eat lunch with Jordan Fringe. We went to this place called Dutch's Daughter, and like the place is like looks like a castle. Like it legit looks like a castle. And Jordan got himself like a nice thick steak. We got ourselves lemon drop martinis. That shit was good.
Lemon drop martinis.
Yeah, just one though.
I bet that was tasty.
Yeah, it was. And then I got myself like a flatbread pizza. So it was pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, Shiv.
Yeah.
Can you rate my fade out of 10?
Garbage.
Hey, bro, look at that blend, dude.
You're definitely not getting a second date from this chick.
Bro, look at that part, bro.
I guarantee you, in within a week or so, he's gonna tell me who he's dating or what girl he's going out with.
I'm gonna stay single for the rest of the season, dude. It's just too like tiresome. You know what I'm saying? I know I said this like before, but
He's lying.
Cap. Nah, dude, I'm not lying. I'm tired, man. This dog is too much. Zuko is hard. Zuko is a lot, dude. Like, he literally gets crazier every day. Like, he started doing this bunny hop thing, and it's just too much, man. He hops around like a bunny. For the first time in like 6-7 months, he peed in the house because he got too hyper. I took him out twice. I took him out at 8 o'clock, and he pooped, and I took him out at 12 o'clock. He pooped again. And when he came back in, he just kept playing. All he does is want to play. Play. And he comes in. He plays too hard, and he takes a little tinkle on the stairs. And I yell, oh my gosh. I literally yelled at him.
When?
For like a solid 30 minutes.
When?
30 minutes. Today.
No, when did I ask? Oh. Damn. Jeez. I got him on that one. Man, he really left because he's that upset. I got him good, though. All right, chat. Yizzy's not here. So, what I want you guys to do is...
Are you done? You done, Shiv? Huh? You done? You done with your madness?
You gotta admit that was good. You gotta admit that was good.
No.
It was good.
This is our longest pod. This is too long. 2 hours. 2 hours? Jeez. I've been on here for 2 hours? That's crazy.
You've been on here for an hour.
2 hours, cheese and crackers.
Why do you say that a lot? You say cheese and crackers a lot.
It's coined, dude. Cheese and crackers. You never heard of cheese and crackers? You never had cheese and crackers?
I have, but you say that a lot. In the words of Kelso, burn. Oh, guys, by the way, I've heard that Yizzy's a scalper.
Look at this.
You gonna open it?
Yeah. Oh, I tore it. Boom. Oh. Bro, look at this.
If you get a Lugia, let me get it.
Box fresh.
Is that the one where you can get a Lugia and a Ho-Oh?
Yep. And Raikou. and
No,
a
like
Tyranitar, and a
can't you get the Lugia and
Feraligatr,
the can't you get
and
the
then
Lugia
and
and
then
the Ho-Oh? Can't you get the Lugia and the Ho-Oh on the same Shikishi?
I don't think they're in the same Shikishi, no.
Okay. Well, if you get a Lugia, let me cop it.
No, I gotta go on. I gotta sell this. Sorry, man. I'm not
You can
opening
sell
it.
it to me.
The Lugia? No.
Yeah.
I'm selling sealed. Sealed.
Oh, you can
You
sell
want
it
a
to me.
sealed Lugia? You want a sealed Lugia art?
No, I want an actual Lugia. So sell me a Lugia.
There is a Lugia on here. Look.
No, I want the actual Shikishi, not the pack. I don't care
Well,
about
I'm
the pack.
selling the Shikishi packs as sealed. So,
I hate you. I hate you so
I
much.
don't know how.
All right,
I'm gonna
guys.
sell you.
Wins Pokemon NFTs. Whenever a Pokemon company decides to do NFTs, I think any other Pokemon, any sort of NFTs that have Pokemon in it, have either gotten a cease and desist, or will get a cease and desist. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. Yizzy, go ahead and tell them how we sign off.
We like to sips up with the pinkies out. You know, like you have a cup of tea and you're like sipping it. Yep. Okay. And then we deuces like peace. And then we like to salute like a sailor out. And we do it simultaneously on 3. Y'all ready? Everybody doing it? Get your teacups out. If y'all all do it, we'll come out with a Poke Tea Time teacup. Sips up. Deuces. And we out.
Wait, how are we supposed to know if everyone in here did a sub deuces and we're out?
Because they'll be like, "Ayy," right? I bet somebody did it. Miami Card Trader definitely did it.
Actually, like, I've
Miami
always
do it
wanted
right
to
now.
know, does our audience actually do that with us, or do we just look stupid when we say, hey,
No,
everyone, let's do it?
we look stupid for sure. But like, one day people will do it.
One day?
Honestly, Ship, we should do it like not just at the end, because only the people who stay till the end actually knows that. You know?
Hey, that's who we care about the most. I don't care about people who are just chilling in here for like the first 5 minutes,
Oh,
watching.
maybe we can have like a base set pack and be like, "How do we sign out? We'll give you this." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, sips up, deuces out." We'll be like, "Here you go." That'll be a good thing. Or like give away free packs. If you can do our outro, we'll give you a base set pack. I like that.
But how do we prove that?
Huh?
How do we prove that they did it?
No. Like if they came up to us and did it.
Oh. Do you know how weird that would be if the first interaction they had with us is like, hey, sips up, deuces, we're out.
What if they're like, I don't know. We'll be like, oh, okay. It's like that UFC fighter. He's like, y'all know how I like to do the intro, and then he's like he said, I don't know what he says, but he's like, raw and uncensored, like all at once. He's like 1, 2, 3, and like he's the only one that says it in the crowd of MMA. It's hilarious. And he's like, come on guys, y'all know, and everybody's like, I don't know, I have no way talking back. But yeah, they probably don't. It's okay. It's just a me and you thing, Shiv.
I mean, we also do it with our special guests too, so that's kind of like
we
us
ended
thing.
already. Did you close it out already?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I'll
send the Instagram video. Alex did it. Let's go. Miami did it. Okay, we got 2. Let's go. And he said, yeah, maybe one day. Oh no, he was talking about the teacup. About the teacup. That'd be pretty cool.
Yizzy's lying with the teacup. He's been trying to make the teacup for like months now.
You're right. I'm gonna start editing video though. After
mean, my first interaction with Yizzy was yelling at him. Oh, that's a good interaction.
That's true. He's like, oh, yeah, because like I think he was a Zacian, right? Zacian. Fat Man used to be part of my breaks on or YouTube.
Yeah, I bet people miss your breaks on YouTube.
It's actually coming back because I found not a distro, but somebody that's like, hey man, like I'm going to like, I know you're like trying to get all these products. So
is it someone I know?
Maybe we talked about him before, but he's like, hey, he's the manager of a card store now. So like, he's like, hey, let me know. And I trust him too.
Is it someone that we've had a guest?
No, it's not Jordan Fringe.
No, I wasn't talking about him. I thought it was Chad with a J.
Oh no, it's not.
Because he has ends with distro.
Yeah, but he's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have a really bad out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was talking to Jesse about how like he gets stuff. Oh, we talked it to him like during Save the World. It's like terrible. Like, I wouldn't even recommend. Yeah, I think it's scheduled for 2021 because I don't want to mess
2022.
with like 2022. I don't want to mess with like the IRS and tax stuff, like getting that going again. So I want to kind of be done with like what I done this year and then like start fresh next year. All right. Should we sign off again? That's kind of weird. Like we've never done a double sign off.
No, we actually did sign off.
All right. No, we didn't.
Yeah, you're just seeing what the people in the chat are writing still.
Yeah. Are you streaming Twitch tonight?
I might be.
Does Radar stream too, or is it just you? Are you the only one that streams for everyone?
Yes, I stream for everyone right now. I mean, Radar did stream League of Legends on his YouTube, but we just
okay.
So should Pokemon collector views concern in 2022? Maybe. I think it's a trick question. If you're a collector, you don't care about the prices, so.
How did you answer that?
I just said possibly, considering the fact that interest.
They come in all this time. Should Pokemon be concerned? And then Shiv goes, possibly.
But you weren't here, so they
No,
could have.
I'll
What could have been an amazing discussion, with an amazing thumbnail.
And we'll clip it up.
Yeah, we're gonna clip. The only thing that's gonna be
Let's just
clipped up.
talk about it now. Nobody's gonna make it this far in 2 hours. Let's just talk about it now. What's your Twitch? Look at that. What's your Twitch? Shiv, plug in yourself.
It's not Shivs, NotShivs.
Oh my gosh, plug it in, Shiv. Like, put it in, Shiv. Put it in, okay?
Don't say that. Don't say that like that. All right, guys.
Put it in the chat, dude.
We're gonna go ahead and sign out. See you guys later.
Put it in the chat. People are asking for your Twitch.
So, oh, Miami card traders. So why was Yizzy gone, really?
Getting my fresh.
You need to tell everyone in here sorry. So like you have to start off with Alex saying like sorry. You say
Alex,
Miami
I'm
card
sorry.
traders.
Miami, I'm sorry. Fat Man, I'm sorry.
Miro,
Card
sorry.
TCG, I'm sorry. Who else? Tap Lab, I'm sorry.
Keep going.
I don't see anybody else. Miro, I'm sorry. Marquez, I'm sorry. King, I'm sorry. Eddie, I'm sorry. Jonathan, I'm sorry. Clover, I'm sorry. Kid Amori, I'm sorry. Boo Bradley, I'm sorry. I think that's everyone.
Keep going.
LFC, I'm sorry. Barksy, I'm sorry. Boo Bradley, I'm sorry. I think I said your name already. Vu, you came in when I was already here, so I'm not sorry.
Apologize to Jonathan Montoya too.
I did. I said Jonathan, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's
Apologize to Barksy.
I did.
Okay. Anyone else? If Yizzy's forgetting you, make sure you comment in the comment section. Apologize to Cup of Milk.
So new time, guys. Remember 9 p.m.
New time. That's the same time.
Central Time.
No.
Plug in your your Twitch. She was trying to make it out here. I'm not gonna plug in mine because we all know what happens there. A lot of sus things happen in mine, so we don't go there.
How about not setting up the Discord DMs he is?
Huh?
I hope your dog tinkles on you.
Bro, I wouldn't have a dog if he does. I don't. Never mind. I don't want to say.
Someone call PETA right now. Jesus.
I need help, bro. I need help with the dog.
You have so much time.
I need help with the dog, man. I need a woman.
I don't think that helps.
You're right. I'm probably gonna play with my dog after this. Yell at him some more. I need to cut his balls off. That's what I need to do. Like straight up, ching, ballless. I'll do it myself. With a samurai sword. Samurai! Ka-ching! Just bleed everywhere. Just bleed. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I'm joking. Let me put that disclaimer out there before before people actually think I'm serious. No, What?
He was being serious, guys.
Cutting his balls off? No, I really do want to cut his balls off, but not in that way. Do what I do to Django. Feed him Pokemon cards. They might help. Dude, it's supposed to calm them down more if you cut their balls off. Is it not? It lowers their testosterone or hormones. Hormones.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. I'm getting tired of this guy. I fucking hate this dude.
Oh, PG-13. Now you can't check the PG part.
It's
Dang,
not meant for
shit.
kids. It's not meant for kids, anyways.
Yeah, but if it's explicit, you gotta do another section, like one more higher tier section.
No, I just let the F-bomb fly like once. It's fine. It's not like
Okay,
they don't hear it at home.
No, I'm gonna report it. Everybody report it right now. Everybody click report that flag right there. It says report. Oops. And then there's captions, spam, promote terrorism, child abuse, dog abuse. No, I'm just kidding. Imminent physical harm, harassment, bullying, hateful and abusive content. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Someone's gonna take you seriously. All right,
No.
we gotta go. We just dropped down to 5 concurrent viewers, so we gotta go. All right, guys.
There's
Yeah, we
17.
did. I see it on my stream right here.
You
Alright,
sing it
guys.
wrong, dude.
I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening.
It's
Peace out,
17. Okay.
and goodbye.
This is a goodbye.